Here are the 27 amendments to the United States Constitution, listed in order of their ratification. First Amendment, ratified in 1791. It guarantees freedom of religion, speech, the press, assembly, and petition. Second Amendment, also ratified in 1791. This amendment protects the right to keep and bear arms. Third Amendment, ratified in 1791. This amendment provides protection against the quartering of troops in private homes. The Fourth Amendment, established in 1791, guarantees protection against unreasonable search and seizure. This pivotal amendment ensures that the right to privacy is respected and upheld by the law. The Fifth Amendment, also from 1791, outlines several crucial rights in criminal cases. These include due process of law, protection against double jeopardy, the right against self-incrimination, and the rules of eminent domain. The Sixth Amendment, ratified in 1791, secures the rights to a fair and speedy trial. It includes provisions such as the right to counsel, ensuring that justice is both thorough and swift. Now let's delve into the Seventh Amendment, established in 1791. It guarantees the right to a jury trial in civil cases, ensuring that legal disputes are fairly heard by a group of one's peers. Moving on to the Eighth Amendment, also from 1791. This amendment provides protection against excessive bail, excessive fines, and cruel and unusual punishment. It's a crucial safeguard upholding the principle of humane treatment under the law. Lastly, the Ninth Amendment, once again from 1791, plays a vital role by asserting the rights retained by the people that are not specifically enumerated in the Constitution. It reminds us that the rights of the people extend beyond those explicitly outlined in the document. The 10th Amendment, ratified in 1791, explicitly states that powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. This ensures a balance of power, safeguarding the states' and the people's rights against federal overreach. Moving on to the 11th Amendment, which was adopted in 1795. This amendment places limits on the judicial power of the United States in regard to suits against states. Essentially, it prevents courts from hearing certain cases where a state is sued by an individual from another state or country, thus upholding state sovereignty. The 12th Amendment, coming into effect in 1804, brought significant changes to the procedures for electing the president and vice president. It was crafted to address issues that arose in earlier elections, ensuring that electors cast distinct votes for president and vice president, thereby refining the electoral process and reducing confusion. The 13th Amendment, passed in 1865, marked a pivotal moment in American history with the abolition of slavery. Enacted in 1868, the 14th Amendment guarantees the rights of citizenship, due process, and equal protection under the law. The 15th Amendment, ratified in 1870, ensures that voting rights cannot be denied based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. In 1913, the 16th Amendment granted Congress the power to levy an income tax. This significant change allowed for a federal income tax that could be imposed on individuals, which has had lasting effects on American fiscal policy. Also in 1913, the 17th Amendment was ratified, establishing the direct election of U.S. senators by the people. Prior to this, senators were chosen by state legislatures, but this amendment shifted the power directly to the citizens, aiming to make the government more responsive to the will of the people. In 1919, the 18th Amendment was enacted, which prohibited the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcoholic beverages. Known as Prohibition, this amendment was a controversial chapter in American history, and was eventually repealed by the 21st Amendment. The 19th Amendment, established in 1920, granted women's suffrage, that is, the right to vote. The 20th Amendment, ratified in 1933, defines the terms of office for the President and Congress, as well as details on presidential succession and inauguration procedures. Passed in 1933, the 21st Amendment is notable for the repeal of the 18th Amendment, effectively ending prohibition. The 22nd Amendment, ratified in 1951, introduced a significant change by setting a limitation on presidential terms. Moving forward to 1961, the 23rd Amendment granted presidential electors to the District of Columbia, marking a pivotal development in its political representation. By 1964, the 24th Amendment was ratified, prohibiting poll taxes in federal elections, a crucial step towards ensuring more equitable voting rights. The 25th Amendment, enacted in 1967, addresses presidential succession, disability, and vice presidential vacancy. It clarifies the procedures to follow should a president be unable to perform their duties. The 26th Amendment, ratified in 1971, significantly changed the political landscape by setting the voting age to 18 years. This amendment empowered more young Americans to participate in the democratic process. Ratified in 1992, the 27th Amendment deals with congressional pay raises. It ensures that any change in compensation for members of Congress only takes effect after the next general election. These amendments represent changes and additions made to the original Constitution to clarify rights, expand suffrage, and address various issues that have arisen since its adoption in 1787. They reflect the evolving needs and values of our nation.